Hello everybody, this is Sharon, and I had a request to show how I do this part of the password journal that I created. I think the question was, how can you actually insert a digital paper besides the one that I'm showing here? So I'm going to try this. I am not very good at Microsoft Word. I just know how to do things for myself, so all this might not be just exactly right, but this is the way I'm going to do it. And this is the way I'm going to show you guys. So we're going to do a brand new one. This is under Microsoft Word. So after you get that running, you're just going to do File, and then you're going to do New, and then we're going to do Blank Document. And so it's going to bring up a blank document like this. So first of all, what you want to do is insert the background first. So that's going to be your paper. I am going to change the page layout to landscape, and then I'm going to do insert pictures, and you're going to just find which folder that you have your papers in. I have mine under downloads, under digital papers. I'm going to go with Nitwits and Romance Rose, and then you're going to go with this file here and this file, and it'll bring up all of your papers for that. So I like this one right here, so I'm going to select it and do insert. And then it's going to come up in here as a 6.5 by 6.5, as you can see up here. And for that particular password journal, my pages on the inside were 5.5 by 4.25. So you want it to be 5.5 inches high. So you're going to go up here to height, and you're going to do 5.5 right here. So I'm just selecting this arrow to go down. So the height is 5.5, that's what I want, and the width is 4.25. So you're going to do this little arrow right here that says Advanced Layout. You're going to click that, and you're going to take this lock aspect ratio. You're going to uncheck that. Then you're going to go up to here where it says width, and you're going to do 4. And I actually typed that in, 4.25. And then you're going to do OK. And so it shrank it down to 5.5 by 4.25. So that's the size that you want it. And then you're going to always just do copy. And then I'm going to do paste special, or it's the first one right there. It says keep source formatting. So you're going to do that. And it's just going to paste another one that's just like this one over here, because you're going to have two of them back to back. So after you get your paper in, you want to do like your, let me go over here and show you. You want to do each one of these. So I have 4 of those where it says website, username, and password. So I'm going to enter those. And I think this is mostly how she was wanting to know, like you do your digital paper in the background. And then you're going to do insert, and let's see, how did I do that? I do word art, and then I'm going to just type that information in there. And for the measurements that I have, I just wrote them down on a piece of paper because I want them to be the same as the book that I created. So the measurements for the text is going to be, it's going to be 0.092 for the height. So I'm going to go over here and change that to 0.92. And then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to change this to 3.61, because that's what I want the width to be. And then you hit enter. And so that changed my box, so I'll know how big, to type my information in here. And so you're going to do website, and then I'm just going to go ahead and highlight that, and because I want that to be Mountains of Christmas is the font that I use, and I use it in 12, I believe. So that's the font that you want it to be, and then I want it to be over to the left, and then I just double space there, and then I'm just going to draw a line to fill this box in. And then you're going to enter to come down to the next line, and you want that to say username. And then I'm going to do it the same way. I'm just going to put a line here. And just fill that space in. So, I'm going to change my spacing right here. Just going to highlight everything that you have there. You're going to go up to line and paragraph spacing and do line spacing objects, I think is what I had. And you just want to go down to where it says after, and you want to type that to be a 0 and then do OK. And that'll fix your line. And then for the bottom one, you're going to do password. And then you're going to do that line like that. And so you're just going to pull this down a little bit. So you'll have some room at the top. You want it to be over close to the edge. And now you're going to go and you're going to enter insert shapes. And I picked this one right here. It's like a rounded rectangle. So you're going to pick that. And you're just going to kind of place it over here. And then for the measurements for that, I do it at 1 inch for the height, so that's already right. And then 3.57 for the width, so I'm going to type that in and hit enter. And so that makes it the right height and width. For the shape fill, I want it to be white. And I'm just going to slide this over so I can kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm just moving it over so I can see what I'm doing. For the shape outline, I want it to be a lavender color that kind of matches these flowers. You're going to go to shape fill and you're going to do the transparency here. So if you want it like around 50%, you can see how that gets a little bit, transparent. If you don't want it quite that much, I don't think I want it quite that much. I'm going to bring it down to about 40. And that'll just make it a little bit wider. So you're going to bring this over the top of this. And that looks pretty good right there. And then you're going to send it backwards. And so that'll bring your text back on top. And then you're just going to click those two together by doing shift and click again. And it's highlighted the text box in the back and your text on top. And then you want to group those. So you're going to go up here and you're going to do group. And then you can copy and paste that. So you can just go to home and you can do copy. And then I'm going to go over here and do paste special or keep source formatting. And you're going to click that. And you can do that like 4 times. Let's see how many we have here. Because you need 4 of these, so you can click it like 4 times to get all 4 of them. So I need to do it one more time. Okay, and then you're just going to kind of line these up the best you can. But anyway, you just kind of line these up. You want them to be lined up to the edge of your paper over here. So I'm just lining these up, and I'm just going to make a line here so I can make sure I have it right. So the way you do that, you're just going to do insert, you go to shapes, and then it's going to tell you to draw a line. You can hold shift down on your keyboard, and that'll make it draw a straighter line. And then you can line these up with that line. So that one's pretty good, that one's okay. You would have to slide this one over a little bit to line it up. And then I do the same thing. I try to get the same space between each one of these. So it just takes a little bit of time here to do all of this. You can look at it sometimes like this and see this one doesn't hardly have any shape. This one's got a little bit, this one's got a little bit more. So you just have to kind of play around with them and, you know, get them like you want them or whatever. And then you want to make sure you keep it lined up over here. But after you do that, then it's not as hard to do it, because you're just going to copy and paste the other side just like this side, so you have it kind of fixed like you want it. I hope I'm making sense. This one needs to go up just a little bit. But that's the way you do it. And then after you get everything just like you want it, you will just delete this line right here, because you don't need that anymore. You're just basically lining that up with that. So you want to carefully select each one of these. So you have that one. So you're going to do shift, go hold that down. Then you come to your next one. You go hold shift down and get that one, and that one. Then you want to group these. You're going to right click and do group right there. And see, it puts all these together. Then you go back up to copy. And then you're going to go over to paste. Keep source formatting. Click that. And then you can just slide this over. You want to go all the way over to the right on this page, as close as you can to the edge. And you're going to do another line, but you're going to do it the opposite way. And I just draw it up under here. Hold your shift button down and you just go straight across. And that's just lining it up with this side. So it's almost lined. This one's at the very bottom with the line I drawed. And this one's above it a little bit. So you're just going to click this and it'll move them all at one time. You're just going to pull it down real slow. And then it's lined up. And then you can take this line right here, that purple line that I just put in there. Get on that here. I can't get on there. But anyway, what you're going to do is you're going to click this line that's on there now and hit delete with your keyboard. And that's basically how you, you know, copy and paste. It kind of takes a little bit of time, but once you get it like you want it, then you can just print this page for ever how many pages you have in your user password journal. And it'll be, you know, just right. It'll fit it just right. Right here is where you would cut it, right down the middle there. There's a little line. I don't know if you can really see it, but there's a line there. That's where you would cut it, and then you would, you know, put these two together. And if you guys are interested, you can check out that password journal tutorial that I did. It'll show exactly how to do this part right here. And then if you wanted to put this password list, you would put it on this side over here, just like I did. You would do insert, you do your shapes, your rounded rectangle. Then you're just going to pull it over here. And you will make the inside of this, your shape fill, you'll want that white. So you'll pick that. If you want it kind of transparent again, you can go right here to more fill colors, and then you could do it, you know, like around 40%. I think is what I did the rest of them. And let's see, well, and then you would just go back to, you would do your outline. You want that back in the lavender, and then you would go back and do insert word art, and then this right here would just say password list. And then you could highlight that. You go back up to home. You change it to Mountains of Christmas. And then 22, I think is what I had on there. And then you would just put that in there like that. And that's basically how you do it. I think that's all I did, yeah. So that's how you can change the background of your paper if you don't have paper that you would, you know, match to or whatever. then you just go up here and you could print it, and this will give you like a print preview of how it would look. And then you would just print this out, ever how many copies you would need, and then you would just cut it down the middle, and then you would glue the front to the back of that one, and then you could use your cinch or whatever you have to bind it. So I hope that helps anybody that had questions on that. And if you have any more questions, just let me know. I'll be glad to help any way I can. Thanks for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.